All right, everybody, we'll get going in just 1 minute. So folks in the back, make sure you grab a seat. All right, well, good afternoon, everybody. That was a little less than enthusiastic. So the professor and me is coming out. Let's try this again. Good afternoon, everyone. Ah, there you go. Now your president's feeling the love. Thanks so much for being here. Always a great opportunity for us to get together at the start of the fall and now the start of the spring semester for our opening session. So the guys will be queuing up a PowerPoint presentation which will guide us through today's session. One of the great things that we have an opportunity to do in these sessions is welcome our new employees. So we have a number of great, talented, motivated people that have joined the UC community since our last time together in August. So we'll take a moment to introduce them. And one of the other great traditions that we have at UC, which we celebrate at this time each year, is recognizing our colleagues who are celebrating a 5-year milestone in their years of service to the university. So we look forward to inviting them on the stage to receive the appropriate pin and certificate, and in some cases, for the folks who have been with us for an extraordinary length of time, a special gift. And Connor will be taking pictures as we recognize our colleagues for the years of service recognition. Also today, we'll take a quick look at spring enrollment and how the admissions funnel is looking for fall of 2024. Take a look at just some other data that I think you might find interesting with regard to the composition of our spring enrollment. We'll update everybody on upcoming training and development that we'll be undertaking in the spring, some of which may roll into the summer as well. Talk about some important dates for your calendars, and you'll be getting reminders of these as our semester progresses. And then we will get back into recognition and celebration mode with the announcement of the nominations and the winners of our Shell and Heisman Awards. So at any time, if you have a question, feel free to let me know. I will do my best to catch your attention, but wave your arms, jump up and down, and at some point, I will see you. Okay, let's start to get to meet the newest additions to the UC family. So we're going to do this alphabetically by unit or area. So we're going to start off with admissions. The supervisor or director or VP, whatever is appropriate, will bring their new folks up onto the stage where we will welcome them and give them their University of Charleston pin. So for admissions, Beth Wolf is happy to have 3 new great folks join her team. Maria Felty is Graduate Health Enrollment Coordinator. Michaela Heiss is Graduate Assistant for Admissions. Hold on, don't run away yet. Don't run away yet. Yeah, they gotta wave to the crowd and the adoring throngs here. Okay. That's okay. I knew you'd be resilient, Beth. Not a problem there. Johnny Jones, Enrollment Coordinator for Health Sciences. Welcome aboard. Okay. Well done, team. Glad to have you here. Okay, next up from athletics. Todd Dugood, our Associate AD, is going to accompany some new colleagues as Bren Stevens is at a NCAA conference. So thank you, Todd, for filling in. So joining us are Kayla Cobbs, who is the new Director of Athletic Facilities and Operations. Nicholas Halabicki, did I do that correct? Thanks, Nick. Assistant track coach. Mason Samlow, who's not with us this afternoon. He's the assistant coach for women's basketball, and the team is traveling to Salem University for contest today. And Kyle Watson, assistant baseball coach. Welcome aboard, guys. Thanks, Todd. Thanks. You're welcome. All right, Gary Boyd has a new member joining us in facilities, Chastity Grubb as a new custodian. Not sure if Gary was able to join us or Chastity as well. Oh, Gary, there you go. Okay, thank you very much. We'll look forward to getting to know Chastity as a part of our outstanding facilities team. So next up, Beth gets to come back up, and with practice will make perfect. Joining us in financial aid, Bailey DiStefano is graduate assistant, and Emily Gross as our new financial aid counselor. Welcome. Thanks. And we're pleased to welcome a number of great additions to our food services team. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules in the kitchen and the catering and food services office. So Virginia Moore is accompanying Sergey Baronoff as a new prep cook, James D. Genova as a grill cook. Sean Jarrell is back. Welcome back, Sean, as executive sous chef. Lauren Meyer, food service and catering assistant. Justin Scalia, sous chef. Sarah Sturgeon, serving as interim director of food services. And Nicholas Weisskopf is grill cook. Welcome aboard, guys. Looking forward to some great meals. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, and Mindy Smith has a big group to get to know as well. So we have a number of new colleagues in the School of Health Sciences. I'm not sure that they're all able to join us. Some are colleagues in Beckley who are joining us, participating via the live stream. And yeah, the semester has begun, as we know, so lots of kind of clinical activities going on. So I'll state each of their names, and when I call your name, you can wave so people know which one you are. All right, joining us are Laura Adams, Assistant Professor of Nursing, Misty Browning, Assistant Professor of Nursing, Dakota Lilly, Assistant Professor in the ADN program, Haley McCoy, Administrative Assistant. Nice to meet you, Haley. Charlie Monk, Instructor of Exercise Science. Thanks for being here, Charlie. Corey Petrie, Assistant Professor of Nursing. Ryan Skidmore, Instructor of Nursing. Savannah Slaughter as an instructor, and Deborah Tonelli, Assistant Professor in the AD program. Great to have you here at UC. Thanks. Thanks, Mindy. All right, Cleta Harless is coming up on stage as we're welcoming two new additions for our IT team. Jordan Cade as a help desk technician, and Brett Somerville as a help desk technician. Come on up and get your pin. All right, batting 500 here. Very good. All right, and this is Brett, correct? All right, Brett, good to meet you. Thanks for being here. All right, pleased to welcome from the School of Pharmacy, accompanied by Dean Christy Lucas, is Victoria Jafrida, who joins us as our Executive Director of Enrollment and Admissions Services. Great to have you here, Victoria. Thank you. And from the Provost Office, our Provost, Dan Silber, is pleased to be joined on stage by Chris Ferguson, who is our new Director of the ASC, the Academic Success Center. Welcome, Chris. Thanks, Chris. Good thing he's not mic'd. Okay, next up in security, Chief Smith welcomes 2 new security patrol officers, Dalton DeVita and Stephen Wood. I don't believe either of them are here with us right now. They worked last night, 24/7 in the world of security. So great, we'll get you a couple pins for them, Chief, and make sure you provide them with those. So student life, here we go, Dean Moore. Okay, thank you. So we have 4 new folks to welcome. Josie Fisher, Director of University Bands. Aaron McClure, Graduate Assistant for International Student Support. Brianna Washington, our SAVE Counselor. And Cody Davis, Resident Life Coordinator for Assessment. Welcome to UC. Thank you. Thank you. And we started with Beth, and we'll end with Beth. Student Solutions, great team, and we're delighted to have Ethan Morris, join us as Student Account Specialist. Good to have you, Ethan. Thanks, Beth. All right, and hopefully all of you folks that we introduced today will find yourselves in 5 short years joining us for years of service recognition. So our Director of Human Resources, Janice Gwynn, is joining me on stage, and she will help with providing our recognition winners or awardees with their certificates, pins, and gifts as appropriate. So those who are celebrating their 5 years of service here at the university, please come up on stage, stay on stage, and Connor will get a group photo. So alphabetically, Rance Berry, come on up, Rance. Frank Bauer. Okay, Frank's not here. Drew Currents. Brittany Hill. Gary Jackson. Hi, Gary. Farouk Khan. Chandra McPherson. Jason Newsom. Your humble announcer. Ron Smith. And Jacob Tenney. All right. All right, quite a number of colleagues celebrating 10 years of service here at the University of Charleston. So as I call your name, please also come up onto the stage, stay on the stage, and we will do a group photo. So Lindsay Acree, Lindsay not here. Anita Angel. Nick Bias. Kelly Boyd, Grant Brinson, hey Anita, Robin Goff, Janice Gwynn, already on stage, Leah Hall, Jackie Hurt, Ryan Jenkins, Dwayne Osborne, Joseph Owens, Tim Perry, Violetta Petrosian, Marcia Sheets, Bev Sovine, Lori Thornton, Penny Jo Treadway, and Ruth Wiley. Congratulations, 10 years of service. Squeeze us all in here, Connor. Great job, guys. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. All right, next to be recognized are our 15 years of service awardees. So once again, please make your way to the side of the stage, and as we announce your name, come on up and stay on the stage. All right, let's have a round of applause for Christy Barnett. Cam Brooks. Hallie Chillog. Brad Deal. Hannah Kennedy. Missy Lane. Virginia Moore. And Rebecca Newman. Congratulations. All right, 20 years of service recognition. Wendy Harvey. Wendy has been with the Independent College Enterprise Consortium. So we congratulate Wendy on this great milestone and look forward to getting her awards to her at a later date. Jumping a decade ahead to 30 years of service, pretty incredible. We have 2 awardees. The first is Sandy Buckner, and unfortunately Sandy's been a little under the weather, so we'll make sure that we congratulate her when she is back with us. But come up onto the stage, Eric Halstead, 30 years, great job. And we're not done yet. 35 years of service to the University of Charleston, our very own Eva Taylor. Eva. right, and recognized for 40 years of service from our facilities team, Bill Pickens. All right, once again, round of applause for all of our employees who earned years of service recognition. All right, let me share a few updates enrollment related. Always keep in mind whenever we have reports like this that are in progress, they're what we refer to as point in time. So we're comparing the results for a similar date year over year. So this shows us the spring 2024 enrollment as of January 4th, 2024. So of course things have already changed now that we're up to January 10th, and that's on the far right column, and it compares our enrollment results to the prior 2 years, spring of 2023 and the spring of 2022. So the good news, of course, is that you look at the bottom line here, we see a nice increase in spring enrollment from 2567, 2574 the prior year, up to 2647 for spring 2024. So first of all, round of applause for everybody. It's great work. Great work in helping us bring students to UC. Now, before anyone panics, one of the challenges when we do point-in-time comparisons is things aren't always happening the exact same way year over year. So, for example, in this report, we see that the total for the associate degree in nursing appears as though we've had a pretty big drop in enrollment. That, in fact, is not the case. Enrollment in the ADN programs in Beckley and here in Charleston are going very well. This is just a consequence of many students not having yet been enrolled in their spring classes on January 4th this year, whereas they had been enrolled at that point in time last year. Similarly, you'll see a kind of anomaly, if you will, with PA students enrollment. For whatever reason, last year in this time, in January 4th, spring of 2023, a cohort of PA students had not yet been enrolled in their classes. So this is just one of the artifacts or anomalies, if you will, of looking at point-in-time comparisons, but the important takeaway from this is a nice increase in our spring 2024 enrollment. And how do things look for fall of 2024? Well, this is the kind of admissions funnel. And so this graph or chart looks at 3 different categories of status. Those who have inquired about attending the University of Charleston in the fall over the last 3 years, so fall of 22 in gold, fall of 2023 in red, and in gray, fall of 2024. So we have how many have inquired about joining us in the fall. Then the next set of bars is how many have completed applications. And then the next set of bars are how many have been accepted. And so what you see here are a couple patterns that are really aligned with our strategy. So the first is that we are focusing a little bit less of our energy and our resources on inquiries, but rather focusing those resources on how we convert more of those inquiries into people that actually complete an application at UC. So the nice trends that you see here are in the middle, a nice increase in the number of students year over year who are applying to come to the University of Charleston in the fall. And if you look at the percentage of students who apply relative to the number of inquiries, you see that that percentage is going up. That's what we refer to our conversion. How well are we able to convert somebody who has inquired into somebody who actually follows through and applies to the university? So not only are we seeing that gray bar in the middle go up, we're seeing that it's a much higher percentage of the gray bar on the left. And then on the right-hand side, we see the number of prospective students who not only applied, but have been admitted. And we're continuing to see a kind of upward trend. And that trend isn't quite as noticeable because we're talking about smaller numbers, and the scale on the left-hand side takes us all the way up into the thousands for the number of students, prospective students who inquire, down to the numbers kind of in the up to 1,000 who ultimately are going to be accepted to the university. So again, the takeaway here is that so far so good with the admissions funnel for fall of 2024. We're seeing some nice trends that are keeping us in line with what we experienced in fall 2023, which was more students joining us than had come as new students the prior two falls. So we'll continue to keep you updated, and Beth and her team will continue to provide some enrollment as well as retention updates and workshops throughout the spring semester. So let me just kind of pause here and ask if anybody has any questions about our spring enrollment and how the admissions funnel is looking for the fall. Any questions? All right. Again, if you have any, make sure you don't hesitate and reach out to Beth. She'll be happy to answer them for you. Also wanted to share with you a little bit information about the composition of the student body for the spring of 2024. So once again, this is data as of January 4th. So as you know, a big part of the students that we serve today are folks who are serving our country in the military and primarily engaged with us online in our leadership and our cybersecurity programs. So this shows that our total military enrollment at that point in time last week was over 1,000 students. Pretty amazing. 1,074 students currently serving the country in the military who are furthering their education, their professional development with us here at the University of Charleston. And at the very top there, you see the Army at 407 and the Navy at 373. And I believe this is the first year that the Navy hasn't been at the top. Many of you will recall that we've had a great relationship with the Navy SEALs, and they have traditionally been the largest cohort of service officers who are enrolled in courses here at UC, and due to the great work that we've been able to undertake in developing relationships with different Army installations, the Army has now overtaken the Navy in terms of the largest kind of military group that's currently enrolled at UC. And then if you look at the bottom two lines in shaded in blue is the 2024 Spring A, again as of January 4th, total number of students involved in our leadership classes, 1,224, compared to where we were 10 years ago in 2014 when this was just more of a kind of nascent operation for the university where we had 101 students enrolled. So pretty amazing, a 10x change over that 10-year period. So great work by our colleagues who are helping us diversify the portfolio of programs that we offer and the portfolio of students that we serve. So how about a round of applause for the great work we're doing on the leadership side. Also want to give a little bit of an update on some things that we're doing that are kind of a little bit non-traditional. So what we have traditionally done as a university is enroll students in degree granting programs. And as we've been reading and as we've been hearing, more and more organizations are saying we don't necessarily have to have somebody who has earned a 2-year or a 4-year college degree, but rather we want to hire people that have a specific skill set. Or we have great employees, but we need to train them in additional areas to help them be more productive in their work for our organization. So we have been at the forefront of offering both credit-bearing and non-credit-bearing certificates to various groups. So you may recall last year we had the opportunity to work with 300 emergency medical services personnel in the state of West Virginia and work with them to complete a 15 credit hour leadership certificate. And we continue to have conversations with that community to offer the EMS certificate. But in addition, this slide just gives you a quick look at other certificate programs that we have been delivering to different audiences. So we saw some of our colleagues get some beautiful Blanco glass as part of their years of service recognition. We're actually working with the company on site to provide some leadership training. Working with law enforcement personnel throughout the states at 6 different locations throughout West Virginia, and other organizations that we continue to work with to provide great leadership training. So just a nice way for us to continue our innovativeness, diversify our portfolio of the types of programs that we offer, and the ability to reach different audiences. So we'll continue to focus on those types of opportunities. Also wanted to share with you training and development, which we will be conducting, some of which already happened last week for the spring 2024 semester. So last week, on Thursday, during the Faculty Institute Day, we built on some online training that we had done on FERPA, making sure that we all understand how to properly ensure that student information is being respected and protected. We continue to offer various workshops, primarily through the No B4 platform, on information technology, particularly issues around safety and security. So things like IT security awareness, password protection, phishing, ransomware, and specific training that may be more role-based, based on an individual's role here at the university, what specific training that they need. This continues to be a very, very important area. I not only urge you to take advantage of these training programs and in your capacity as an employee of UC, but apply what you're learning in your personal space as well. Because just as we're susceptible as an institution, you are susceptible as a user of technology in your homes or organizations where you donate or contribute your time and so forth. The number of actors and the number of threats in this space continues to escalate, and we just need to be as on our toes as possible. We also spent some time last week on Title VI and Title VII training, complementing the training that we offer in the fall on Title IX. So we need to make sure that we kind of understand and remain in compliance with Department of Education guidelines and requirements with regard to those different pieces of legislation. And the provost office will continue to offer programming in response to input from faculty. So planned for the spring semester are some continuing dialogue and professional development on artificial intelligence, classroom engagement, innovative teaching, and technology in the classroom. So certainly faculty, as you identify areas where you think you and your colleagues would benefit from additional professional development, certainly let the provost or the provost office know, or if it falls into another area, definitely communicate that preference or that information to the appropriate vice president here at UC. Also want to share some important dates with you. So I'm very pleased to report that Monday and Tuesday of this week, we hosted two site visitors from the Higher Learning Commission, the HLC. The HLC is our main accrediting body. They're the ones that give us the authorization to grant degrees to students. So they pay very careful attention to the extent to which we are delivering on what we promise to students when we attract them and enroll them here to UC. So we are going to be adding a new Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia practice program. This went through the new program approval process and approved by the Faculty Senate and then by our Board of Trustees in the fall. But in order to offer this new program, particularly an additional doctoral program, required approval from the HLC and a visit by two subject matter experts in this field. So these were individuals who don't work, or they're not employed by the Higher Learning Commission, but they are individuals who have direct experience overseeing and participating in DNAP programs at other institutions. So we're very fortunate that they brought their expertise here to campus and spent a lot of time with us and our colleagues from CMC with whom we're partnering on this program. And by all indications, they had a great visit, and we'll continue to cross our fingers and look for great news as the winter and the spring progresses with our goal of admitting our first class of DNAP students in 2024. Next week, we'll have an opportunity to celebrate the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday on Monday, January 15th. So information has been making its way around on the programming that we're going to offer. The signature event will be right here in the auditorium and available via live stream, where we're going to have Carrie Twigg join us for a fireside chat. She'll be having a conversation with Provost Dan Silber, talking about what's happening in the contemporary cultural landscape. How has Dr. King's accomplishments influenced where we are today and where we still need to go? And how does that play into different biases that we bring to our perceptions of ourselves and to others? So I think it'll be a very enlightening conversation. It's required that all students attend that session. So faculty, make sure that you are communicating that with your students. We would love to have you here as well. We think it's going to be very educational and very informative. And the provost is anxious to have questions that you and your students would like to pose to Ms. Twigg. So if you have any, please make sure you get them to him in advance of Monday. Afterwards, we'll start to roll into our annual Enlightened Living Week, which will take place on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And our theme is understanding and appreciating our differences and our similarities. So again, building on the theme from Monday, that we are a community of people from very different backgrounds, whether it's where we grew up, what type of education that we've had, what our faith is, the size of our families, the things we're interested in, the professions that we pursue. While We have similarities in those regards. We also have some differences. And part of the challenge of being an enlightened person and being able to contribute to whatever community you're a part of is recognizing those similarities and differences, gaining a greater awareness and appreciation of them, and learning from them and celebrating them. So we're going to have a couple days of programming where we'll have an opportunity to experience and to appreciate and celebrate different types of art, different types of yoga, different types of cuisine that our team in food services will be providing. Getting a deeper appreciation of different types of disabilities or challenges that individuals may have. So trying to make those days very experiential, very hands-on. Again, we encourage you to encourage your students to take advantage of that programming, but also encourage you to participate as well. Some of those sessions will be available via Zoom, so our colleagues in Beckley and online will be able to participate in them, and others will just be here on the Charleston campus. So if you haven't received it already, you'll be getting a detailed schedule by the end of the week, and hope that you'll be able to participate in a lot of those events. On February 8th, we'll have our annual Give for Gold Day. This is our annual kind of online giving campaign. We always love it when members of our community participate and encourage others to do so, kind of leveraging your social media networks, so kind of sharing information about the campaign, bragging about your contribution to it, always beneficial. And our project this year is going to be a renovation of the breezeway that we all love and take for granted here between Riggleman Hall and the Geary Student Union. So it doesn't matter if you're a faculty member or a staff member, you're a student athlete, a non-student athlete, if you're in the School of Health Sciences, if you're a School of Business, we all walk through that breezeway multiple times a day, and we especially love it on days like yesterday when it was raining cats and dogs here and we are high and dry, staring at how much rain is coming down and we are not having to get wet. So I think it's going to be a great project. We're really excited about it. Gail and her team are putting together some kind of interesting opportunities for engraving and having your name on a brick that will be part of that project. So more information will be coming out about Give for Gold Day very soon. February 19th and 20th will be our spring semester Red Cross blood drive. This is the blood battle that we participate in with West Virginia State University. We beat them handily in the fall. We can't rest on our laurels. We need to make sure we do it again in the spring. So we will be getting reminders out to you to register and again encourage students to participate as well. And I do serve on the Regional American Red Cross Board, and I want to emphasize that there is a severe national blood shortage. So if blood donating is something that you are able to do, encourage you to do that, but don't do it now, because it'll be 8 weeks before you can do it again, and it'll be past February 19th and 20th. So hold off until those dates, then you can get on your 8-week rotation. And again, very important to encourage our students to do this. Number one, I think this is also part of being an enlightened person, how we can contribute in different ways to the betterment of others, particularly important for our Black students, because individuals who suffer from sickle cell anemia need to have blood that came from a Black donor. They can't have blood that came from somebody else. So it's very important that we do our part to educate our Black students about that and encourage them to get into the habit of donating blood. Looking ahead a few months, April 27th will be our spring commencement ceremony. Of course, we expect all of our faculty to be there, but we want everybody, we want all employees to be with us, whether it's helping out as a volunteer, which is sorely needed in the spring when we're doing 2 ceremonies for hundreds of our graduates, but also a great opportunity to be able to celebrate with our students, with our families, and it's probably one of the most rewarding things we get to do working in higher education is see the accomplishments of our students when they graduate. Date to be determined. We're anticipating that we will be hosting a West Virginia gubernatorial debate here at UC. As more information is available, we will certainly share that with you. And we have some really exciting things happening down at the Downtown Innovation Hub. So here's a graphic that captures that. I know that Gail sent out information to all of us last week, but really excited partnering with Huntington Bank to be launching a new series called Inspiring Innovation. And this is where we're bringing individuals who are doing great things in their businesses, for nonprofit organizations in their community, to inspire us about the innovations that they are undertaking individually and in those organizations. So we have 2 different types of events in the series. The first are what we call Fresh Start Breakfasts. So these focus on more traditional business topics. We had our first one yesterday. The room was full down at the hub, so it was fantastic. Ty Bullock, who's a local area entrepreneur and also very committed to urban redevelopment, focused on the Elk City area in West Charleston, gave a fantastic and very inspiring talk, and we'll have 5 more throughout the calendar year. We're also going to be offering 4 Two Views Tuesdays, where we'll be highlighting contemporary issues that we face around things like education and energy and other topics, and bringing 2 subject matter experts, not to debate, but rather to provide 2 different perspectives from 2 different points of view on those topics. So imagine discussions that have been happening around education, something which affects us directly. What do students know when they get here for one of our associate degree or a bachelor degree students? How should we be thinking about education in West Virginia? Should we continue to focus the majority of our efforts on our public schools, or should we be diversifying that portfolio and thinking about charter schools and how those might be a way to increase the knowledge, the skills, and the capabilities of students as they emerge from secondary education? So bringing 2 subject matter experts who can provide different perspectives on that topic. Those will happen on Tuesdays down at our downtown hub. They'll begin at 4 o'clock and they'll transition into a networking happy hour. We're partnering with different restaurants and caterers downtown so that they have an opportunity to offer the breakfast, to offer the happy hours, give those who are able to attend an opportunity to experience the cuisines from these different partners here in the community. So really excited about this series. We'll be getting information out as the series evolves, and encourage you and certainly our students are more than welcome to attend these events as well. Okay, I now want to kind of start to get us to the finish line here and talk about our awards that we offer twice a year. The Traveling Shell, which recognizes a group of individuals for a significant accomplishment over the course of the fall semester, so since we made the last awards in August, and then the Heisman Trophy for an individual who, again, went above and beyond in accomplishing great things for UC. So the Traveling Shell Award, we had 3 nominees for this award. It seems like every semester our facilities team is nominated, and they've actually won the award a couple times in the past few years. But once again, their great work providing us with a just outstanding environment inside and outside of campus warranted a nomination. We also had a group of colleagues in the health sciences launch our inaugural Hype Week in the fall of 2023, where we dovetailed with our active shooter training and did a really impressive set of simulations to give our health sciences students across schools and across disciplines, included the School of Pharmacy, health sciences, multiple programs within them, an opportunity to do some simulated healthcare treatment to individuals who had been affected, hypothetically, in our kind of active shooter scenario. And then our Residence Life team, which is frequently nominated as well, in particular in the fall for the great work they did putting on the Halls of Horror Halloween event in one of our residence halls. So the winner for January 2024, please join me in congratulating our Hype Week team. Missy Lane, if you're here, come on up. If Missy's not here, Mindy and Missy's here? Oh, where is she? I don't see her. Okay, let's go, Missy. Here she comes. All right. So special thanks to all of these individuals who played major roles in the events. Really appreciate Christy and Mindy, your leadership with your teams in the School of Pharmacy and the School of Health Sciences. Really a terrific event. Thanks, Missy. And we had quite a few individuals nominated for the Heisman Trophy. Brian Baum, not a stranger to these nominations, as well as nominations to the Heisman, the Shell, as the IT team has undertaken some significant projects. So congratulations, Brian, on your nomination. Sandy Buckner and Donna Eastep in our food services team, doing great work for the many catering and event activities that we host here on campus. Christina Carr in alumni relations, particularly for the yeoman's job with Homecoming and Family Weekend, where we had record attendance this year and lots of terrific feedback from those who were able to attend. Matt Groves in admissions. We've had one of those periods where we've been a bit short-handed on the admissions team, and Matt made sure that we were well represented throughout the fall at various high schools and at different recruiting events that members of the staff typically would have attended, but Matt made sure to get there as well on our behalf. Michaela Huddleston in the School of Pharmacy. Pharmacy is in the re-accreditation process. A big part of that process is a very extensive self-study. All hands on deck. Most of our colleagues in the School of Pharmacy have been involved in that process, but Michaela was called out by a number of her colleagues for the outstanding work she's been doing on that initiative, which will culminate with a site visit this spring. Adam Patno, who oversees our simulation center for health sciences on the 3rd floor of Riggleman Hall, and was really instrumental in the Hype Week that we just discussed. Jordan Quattrucci in the School of Pharmacy for the great transition work he's been doing on the student services there. Marcia Sheets for her day-to-day outstanding service in facilities. And Jay Wilt, our longtime colleague in the School of Health Sciences, for the really positive impact he has on so many of us, assisting with instructional design and instructional technology. So lots of great folks nominated. So first, let's give all of them a hand. And I'm very pleased to announce the winner for January, and that's Christina Carr from Alumni Relations. Come on up, Christina. All right, it's 4 o'clock. Time management, how about that? All right, thank you all for everything that you do. I'm looking forward to a great spring semester. I know we have it in us. We're deeply committed to our core values of student focus, quality, and integrity, and living out our mission to educate each and every student for a life of productive work, enlightened living, and community involvement. When we follow our values and live our mission, we are able to do great things every day, every week, every month, every semester. So let's do great things, and I look forward to celebrating with you when our next group of students graduate on April 27th. Thanks, everybody. Have a great semester.